Hello, everyone. We're live. We're back. Hello, Zan.
Hi, Happy New Year.
Yeah, happy New Year.
Happy
I hope you're
holidays.
happy holidays. I know. What do you say these days? Because there's so much else that's underneath the scene, and it's just like I hope everyone had some lovely time with either friends or family, and or yourself.
Yes.
Um, so yeah. So Zan, and how was your time over this festive
Yeah, it
period?
was really good. We just had some really nice family time on Christmas Day, and um, because you get so exhausted from preparing everything leading up to that day for me is like I just want my coffee and something to binge watch all day so I can sit in my pajamas and just, eat yummy food and do nothing, just enjoy time with my family, play some board games or whatever.
It
So
sounds
yeah,
like
it was
perfect
good.
Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Christmas, I know. So
What
I think
about you?
is on, Lady Hook's on. Hi guys.
Hi.
Yeah, how was everyone's time out? We're gonna call it time out. So yeah, let
Yeah.
us know how you went. Yeah, I was very blessed. I was with a beautiful group of friends because I couldn't be with my family back in WA, Western Australia. But it was just incredible. We had the most beautiful day out on this property. And then it got to about 6 o'clock, and oh my goodness, the most amazing lightning storm and plasma I've ever seen in my life. There was like lightning going everywhere.
Mhm.
Hang on a minute, sorry. My friend Clive wants to come in, and he's not going to stop knocking on the door. Give me 1 second, guys.
Oh, good old Clive. Lucky he's cute. Lucky he's cute. Good old furry friend of the cats.
Typical. Oh no, he's coming in now. Come on, come in. Come on, say hello. He hasn't said hello for ages. So it was incredible. This went on for about 2.5 hours. This incredible display, and then someone said, "Oh, we're going to have to get candles and torches because the power's going to go out." And then
Mhm.
it flickered and it went out for about 10 seconds, came back on. So we all rushed around and we had a big fire going, but all went around, got our candles and torches, and then it went out, and that was it. It was out for 10 days. So we just sat there and we were just all talking, had our little lights and candles going, and then the hail started, and I was going, oh no. I was going because our cars were sort of parked outside because it's a property. So I was just
Mm.
doing some woo woo on to the elements, to the elementals, and just
Yep.
going, no, I don't want to pay the excess for hail damage. Thank you very much. This is going to be all good. So I was just talking to
Yep.
them and doing some stuff. Little did I know, another friend of mine, he was doing woo woo as well, and within a minute or so, the hail had gone and not one bit of damage. And then we got
Awesome.
rain, but it wasn't as bad. But then there was actually a tornado. We don't get tornadoes here, but someone got a photo of it, and then I saw a photo today of a tornado apparently that's going through Florida, exactly the same, and it came through my usual home. It actually came through this whole area. When I was driving home, takes me an hour to get home. There was not one traffic light working for an hour's drive. There was no power anywhere. Every
Wow.
tree had been uprooted completely. It looked like World War III had hit. It was crazy. We didn't
Wow.
have power for probably we were only out for 24 hours, but that's enough, when you've got just after Christmas, you've got lots of food. So
You got all the
yeah,
food.
and it was crazy
And
because
how
our
do you
local
cook?
we've got
Like you got to
gas
have your
and stuff.
barbecue out
Yeah,
or your grill.
exactly. But and I had this beautiful big glass table outside. My friends were here because they live here as well with their kids, and they were watching it from the upstairs area through the glass doors. This storm, and it was apparently just blowing here like a cyclone. And they said they saw my table get lifted up and it floated across in front of them where they were looking out through this
No.
window. And then they said it took off up, and it was about 20 seconds, and then it just came down and smashed all over the balcony. So I got home, they were amazing, and we all just cleaned up, and the
Oh
pool
my
was beautiful.
goodness.
And my big white umbrella had disappeared that I have out there. And
I
luckily
didn't realize it had gone that far up.
yeah, they said
Wow.
it just disappeared like up into the but there was kayaks. My friends over the road, we're on canals, there was kayaks turning up at their place. And my big white umbrella, my neighbor luckily said to me, Marie, have you lost something? And I said, well, it depends. If it's killed someone or gone through a window, no. But he said, no, it was just sitting. It had come completely up and over the fence. And so but it
Yeah.
was, and some people 14 days later up at Mount Tambourine, where I used to live, they've only just got power back on there. It's a nightmare up there. So it's been a
Wow.
really big Christmas here. but
Mass
everything,
floods as well
yeah,
with
yeah,
all the because it happened on New Year's Eve as well, didn't
yeah,
it? We got another massive storm, and
yeah.
there was so many flash flooding areas too. Tambourine got hit with that as well, didn't it?
So that, it's been pretty big, but it's starting to get cleaned up. But yeah, so that was our exciting Christmas. But I was so blessed, so grateful. My car was good. Once we'd cleaned up the house, there's a few other little things that have happened, but it's nothing major compared to
Mm,
what people have gone through. So,
no.
so yeah, so it was a pretty full on Christmas and yeah, New Year but then
Yeah.
yeah. So and then I went up
That's
to a
it certainly
festival.
was a huge storm. Haven't seen something like that before.
No,
That
no,
was really
it was
massive, and we were really blessed that we lost power, but it just tripped. We could turn it back on. So,
you're lucky.
yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't have anywhere near the amount of problems as so many other people did. So,
So yeah, so that was interesting times. But yeah, so and then I went to a Woodford festival and it was hot. They had the hottest day since 1914. Like we're talking hot, like well over
humidity
100,
hot,
like
humidity hot.
105, and then but not as much
Yeah.
humidity. It was just crazy. But then it was nice. It settled. But so yeah, so that was my crazy 2 weeks because it's been 2 weeks, Anne, since we've been on. So
I
which is
know.
amazing.
I
So
can't believe it went so fast.
oh, crazy. So how's
Incredible.
everyone else going? Is everyone else okay? It's really nice to have you all back. Um,
Yay.
and yay, and we've got dreams today, and it was really pertinent actually. One of the dreams that came through. It's about setting intentions, and then
Mhm.
how do we create our dreams in real life? So it's not just dreaming
Right.
in our sleep state, but also dreaming in our conscious state. So I thought that
Okay.
could be quite relevant to talk about today, considering, a lot of people do look at New Year as a way of resetting. I mean, I tend
Yep.
to just do it as it feels right through the year. But so yeah, so
Yep.
intentions. Has anyone got any intentions? So with
Yes.
this beginning of our year, so to speak. So let us
Yep.
know. Let us know. But yeah, I'd love to start with one that came through, emailed through to me from Lady Hawk, and she had some intentions. So, do you want to
Yep.
start
Is that
reading?
the one at the top?
Yes.
Alright, cool. So
So that was
Lady
her
Hawk,
intention. Mm.
intention and dream. So seeing people on a soul level, the dream, was a wooded area looking onto a rolling field. Nighttime with low mist, 6 to 7 lights showing through, and they were human form, but they were glowing with flashes of light. A voice told me to close my eyes, and I still saw the lights and knew that there was some sort of military unit. They had swords and was still seeing them as I woke up. So this is a knowing. To truly see someone, you have to look without your eyes. All right, and then the comment to go with it. Closed my eyes and saw a blue grey mist around my cat. Then did the same with someone in a store. They had a red mist. Kind of freaked me out a little bit, but feel like I had an upgrade. Can you talk about frequency upgrades, please?
Yeah. So look,
Well,
I
that's
think,
really interesting.
isn't it what? And it's so
I know.
beautiful, Lady Hawk, that you actually had an intention, and it's really showing having an intention before we go to sleep can sometimes create something you don't expect. But the intention
Mm,
from Lady Hawk was being able to see people on a soul level, not just this physical, avatar that we walk around in. So,
yeah,
so to me, what you're doing when you ask for that or you have that intention is you're saying, I am ready to be connected into something at a deeper level, to be
yeah.
connected into someone's soul, into their energy. So do you want to talk about the dream first, Zan?
Yeah, sure. So it sounds like a very grounding sort of dream. The fact that you were in a wooded area, um, and a rolling field. w- Would that be like a sports field or like a
Yeah,
harvesting field?
probably a meadow, I would say. That was my
Right.
feeling.
Okay.
So I
Yeah.
I
Okay.
re I rejigged this because it was quite long. So I had
Yeah.
sorry, Lady Hawk, if I've cut it too much.
If we missed any bits. The interesting thing is the lights.
Yeah.
So being able to see those lights through the trees, which are grounding. Um, and I'm not sure, a field could be a place of some sort. So if there are any, um, any flowers or anything in particular on the field, that would be something to keep an eye on. Um, but if there were human forms that were glowing with flashes of light, um, but then you could still see it with your eyes closed. I think that's where the dream sort of went into a bit of reality. That's how I feel with it.
Yeah.
It's almost like they were there to teach you something. And so it started with a general sort of dream and then morphed into um, something a little bit more upgrading, I guess.
Absolutely, and I think the fact too that it was a voice that told her to close her eyes, and she still saw the light. So to me, you're getting guidance from your higher self, or from your soul, or your subconscious, teaching you how to actually see auras. Because this is what I feel you're seeing: the soul, which then emits an energy. We are electromagnetic energy, and we do. The
Yeah.
light actually is showing what is going on. So we can talk about that in a minute. We'll talk about colours and how they relate within the actual auric. You call it an auric field, an aura.
Yeah.
But to me, it's electromagnetic, and it's made up of layers. So we go out from the physical to the mental plane to the, I think the fourth one's the emotional plane. So you can actually, I had to learn this myself. I actually could see where someone might have a little bit of a distortion in their aura around their knee, but it might be out about that much, which to me it's looked like the third or fourth layer. And then I would say to them, "Have you got a sore knee?" They go, "No," but the next day they'd ring me and go, "I've got a sore knee," and it was because I could see it
It was
coming
coming
through the
in.
etheric. So
Yeah.
so it's really interesting, and the colours are quite pertinent. But yeah, I love this, and the
Yeah.
fact that they had swords as well, Lady Hawk, rather than guns. Now, yeah, I think to me they were I feel these are beings that are showing themselves to you, and they're like warriors of light. Because I've had this happen actually when I've been conscious. I went through about 3 months of this huge initiation, and then when I completely surrendered to it, it's like I got told, "Right, you're going to find out what this is all about." And I went home and I got told to get myself some nice food. I'd been away for work. And then all of a sudden I saw these warriors coming through. I got told these are warriors of light. And what you've done is helped to allow them to be on our earth plane. So it was all through my solar plexus for 3 months this went on.
Wow.
And I saw them. So I feel you're being introduced to these warriors of light. So, and they didn't have wings, which Lady Hawk said in the email there was no wings. So she knew they weren't angels, but they are beings of
Sure.
light. That's what I was
Yeah.
getting with it. So,
And
yeah.
some comments from Lady Hawk while we've been talking about this
Yeah.
as well. So the rolling field felt like a place to pheasant hunt. And then also has added, I am a veteran and a martial artist. So military swords are very familiar. So I
That's
kind of
great.
saw the swords as like a protection.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how you saw it, but it really felt like it was a protective thing that they were there helping you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And, as well, they can be our starseed family, and they are exactly doing that. They're showing you that it's safe to have this awakening, because it really is an awakening of a gift, we'd call it a psychic gift, so a clairvoyance of sorts, and an inner knowing. And it was really interesting as well because I couldn't see very well. I had eye operations and nearly went blind when I was 18. And so the surgery actually made me extremely short-sighted. I couldn't see past here. And so that helped me to hone and to really tap into my third eye, into my clairvoyance. And I was quite concerned when I had surgery to actually reverse that, when I only literally 5-6 years ago. I was worried I would lose my clairvoyance because then I'd be able to see everything. But that's not what happened. So it's interesting, isn't it, that when we shut our eyes, we can often see more because we're allowing our third eye to take in the information through consciousness, through the back of our brain. I find it comes through the back, and then it comes in, and we can actually then interpret it.
And all of your other senses are heightened when you close your eyes too.
So true. Good point, Zan. So your clairaudience, your feeling, your knowing, your clairsentience,
you can
everything.
feel somebody standing right next to you when your eyes are closed. You don't have to see them to know that they're there.
Really good point. So I feel that you're being taught, Lady Hawk, how to tap into this gift, and we have mastered these gifts in other lifetimes, and this is the lifetime that we actually now can bring them through and play with them. So I think this is
Yeah.
amazing.
I'd say enjoy the journey because it sounds quite spectacular for you to go through this. I think it's awesome. Enjoy,
Yeah.
keep us updated. Yeah.
Absolutely. And the fact that, you had that intention, and this is what I think I really just want to reiterate with everyone, is have an intention and just drop into it before you go to sleep, because that's where the
Mm,
magic can happen. But
yeah.
shall we talk about what she saw then? Because Lady Hawk then practiced this, which is always
Yes.
beautiful.
Yes. So then, as she closed her eyes, saw a blue-grey mist around the cat. Then did the same with someone under the store, and they had a red mist.
Okay.
And I mean, I think it's good because it can show, like, I would say a blue-grey mist is very well. It is cat-like.
It's so
I mean,
cat-like. And it's,
they're, they're loving, but they're independent.
yeah,
And I just kind of get the feeling that, that you could see the fact that the cat was their own person doing what it needs to, speaking when it needs to, when it wants to.
because that
Yeah,
blue, remember, is our what we would consider our throat chakra, but the blue in the aura. To me, it's blue body as well, because cats often sit in a completely different consciousness to us. They see things. My
very
cat sits
spiritual.
there, and I know that he's seeing my angels and my guides because he just sits there staring at them. So
I mean, I was just reading something this last week, and it was saying that there are the frequency in which a human form can see is like here, and yet there are, this many actual visuals to see. And the same with sound. The human form can only hear between here and here, and yet there's this many different sounds beyond that. And that's where animals come in. So, not surprised that the cat sort of had that grey blue.
yeah.
It feels right.
And so if someone has a red mist, Zan, what would be your initial go-to with that?
My go to on that is the base chakra.
Yes. Yeah.
So, being very, what's the word, like back to basics.
Yeah.
Perhaps that person might,
Grounded.
grounded. Perhaps they're seeing things more in a three 3D
Mm.
as opposed to a spiritual sort of level.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but that just might be where they're at that particular time. Maybe,
Because they
and
can change like that.
especially if they're in a store, like they might be looking at cereal, going, "Do I really want Cocoa Pops today or cornflakes?" Like that could be their thought process, and that's what you saw. So it could depend on what they're doing at the time as well. It'd be
'Cause
interesting if you sort of followed that person, not that you're following, but saw that person somewhere else in the store if you saw that they had a different color.
I think that Lady Hawk was working in the store and saw the person was leaving. So that's more
Oh, okay.
context to the email. But the other thing with red is it's an action color. So as Zan was saying,
Right.
they could have been taking actions. Sometimes it can mean anger, but I usually find if they've got like the darker colors, to me that's where there's a bit of a distortion, and there could be anger that's sitting in their energy field. So
Right.
yeah, and that's something we could even look at um, on a deeper level as well, is what the colors mean in an aura. So I
Yeah.
think it's a great one to bring up. And
Yeah,
it's
thank
something we
you.
could all practice. I've done this with
Absolutely.
someone on the phone that's been over in Western Australia, and I go, okay, let's look at our friend psychically and see what colors are you getting, and we draw them, and they were really similar, but then they would change really quickly. So just a thought,
Mm,
as we know, we can shift our energy field and our frequency very, very quickly through our thoughts
yes.
and our
Yeah.
heart. And if there's a chakra closed, that can really affect our electromagnetic field. So
Yeah.
these are all the things we could actually go into and talk about, which is really cool. So thank you, Lady Hawk, for
Thanks
bringing
for
that
bringing that
through.
up. We'll do some
Yeah,
more research on that and
yes.
bring it up again.
Yeah, I'm going to
Yeah,
pull a
thanks
couple
for
of
that.
cards on that, just because I think
Yeah.
that was such a beautiful, beautiful awakening to a part of your gift.
Mm,
So keep
mm.
playing with it. Don't be afraid of it. And eventually you'll be able to do it without your eyes closed. So, but I used to get inundated. So I'd go, okay, no, I have to learn how to keep my chakras more sort of closed a little bit, because I'd have people knocking on my head trying to give messages to someone. Yeah. So I had to learn that as well. So you just play with it and just know, bring in, ask your higher self to come through, or ask your angels to be with you if you
Yeah,
feel you would like that support, because they love this stuff. They love helping us out.
they do.
They
Lady Hawk has
really
made a
do.
comment, but I'll wait for you to pull the cards before I
Okay, so I'm just going to pull a couple of
mention the
cards
comment.
just to get. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, this is beautiful. So we've got the 10 of Wands. So Lady Hawk, what this is telling me is just you're still finishing off something before this gift fully comes through, and it's only going to happen in its own time. That's what the 10 of Wands always says. And then you've got your beautiful 4 of Wands. So this is creating a whole new place where you feel comfortable, where you feel happy. It's like your own little palace. So you will come into this, I feel, and Wands are quite quick. So you will come into this fairly quickly and be comfortable with it. So the Page of Cups, this is beautiful. So just take the wisdom as it comes through emotionally. You're not going to be overwhelmed emotionally is what this card is telling me. The page isn't something that's huge. So it's going to be step by step, and you're going to be guided. It's not like you're going to get dropped in the deep end like I was. So you're going to be fine with this, and it's really beautiful. It's all perfect timing. So
Yep. Yeah. So, well, Lady Hawk's comment is, it made me feel a little sad because it seems like I can see so much pain in people now and so much struggle more than happiness. But I can make a point of talking to someone who is sad. Yeah.
And Lady Hawk, though, don't take too much on. As a
Mm,
sensitive person, what I find is we tend to transmute for other people, and you don't need to do that. You can just go sending love, God bless you. If that's do whatever feels right. You don't have to take
yeah.
on everyone's stuff, and this is going to be part of your learning with your new awareness.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Really
was thinking the
important.
same thing, to be honest. It was just it was coming through that, well, you can just leave them over there, send them light and love, and then move on because you don't need to hang around for it.
Unless something happens and they come into your path, and then you're direct. I'll get an
Unless
absolute
they ask.
knowing. Like,
Yeah.
I'll get a knowing that I have to talk to this person, whatever it is. And but just your consciousness is enough to seed them. You don't even often need to send love and light. Just you being you is enough. So I think that's
Yeah.
a really good thing to know as well.
And maybe making the connection of smiling to them or something like
Yeah,
that might change someone's day. You
yeah.
just never know.
Smiles are powerful. So, but just make
They
sure
are.
you are keeping your own chakra centers a little bit more closed, and you can just do that with intention again. I'll just keep them in
Yeah.
to a beautiful, safe level. Okay, get your
Ask your
angels
angels
in.
to protect you. Yeah.
Yeah,
What
absolutely.
I often do, which I say to my kids all the time, to protect yourself, put a bubble around yourself.
Yeah,
And it allows you to exist while still feeling protected and safe.
yeah. Just
Yeah.
until you find that balance. So,
Yeah.
so thank you so much for sharing that. I think this is going to be so
Thank
helpful
you.
for
That's
other
really
people.
vulnerable of you as well. So
Yeah,
thank you for
yeah.
allowing us to be a part of that.
That's amazing. So, oh, Lila's here. Yay. Hi, Lila and Barbara.
Hi.
Hello. We've got all our beautiful fam here with us. So, and Happy New Year to everyone as well. Oh, Norway. Yeah. Cold and freezing. I bet it is. Gosh, it's so hot here. Lila, it's pouring with rain, and yet it's so hot and muggy. Like I got the fan on, and it's why my hair's up. And so, I would love a little bit of snow about now. So, oh, I love it.
Beautiful.
Um, okay, so Kathleen.
Happy New Year to everyone. A couple of days before New Year's, I had a dreaded snake dream.
Oh,
No, it was about Kundalini from previous shows. I was running around inside a house from a snake. Then there were two. Then part two of the dream, my daughter was helping me get away, and then sat on a chair, and they came at me below my solar plexus
mm.
area. There was a third one in the background that was light blue and rainbow colors. Then woke up.
Wow, it sounds like everyone's getting a bit activated at the moment. It's like upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. Oh my goodness.
How
So
exciting to have a snake dream.
Zan loves those, don't you, Zan?
Love them. So if you don't appreciate snakes, I'm feeling how you're feeling with this dream, but it doesn't seem like you were that scared. You were just trying to get away. Um, so then it's interesting that there was one, then two, then three. So unbalanced, balanced, and then the trifecta
And
of mind,
spiritual.
body, spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fact that they were trying to get into your body, that is actually something that Betty Bedhard has in her dream book regarding snakes. She says normally the snake tries to enter the body in some way to wake up a particular chakra. So the fact that it was trying to get through your solar plexus, it's trying to perhaps release a blockage that might be sitting there. And but that was just two of them, so that would be your balanced area. So I would say that they were trying to balance your solar plexus through that.
Yeah.
And the third one was like rainbow colors, light
And
blue and
light
rainbow
blue.
colors.
That's
So that's,
beautiful.
yeah, speaking your truth. And then rainbow colors is just everything in general. It's who you are, and coming back to frequencies of auras from what we just spoke about. It's about that integration. So
And it's
it's,
also, remember, the chakras follow the rainbow colors. So
yeah,
I feel, and the solar plexus to me,
like they're
I'm
all being
getting it's
awakened.
actually, it's very much around your empowerment, Kathleen. So this is around your
Mhm.
empowerment, your power is what I'm getting intuitively for you. And snakes are definitely transition. Like it's a huge transformation. They're very powerful. So it's
Yeah.
interesting, as Zan said, that you got the 3
Yes.
as well, and that you're in the house. So your house depicts us and where we're at as well.
Mm.
So, and the fact
Mm.
that your daughter was helping you, so your feminine aspect was actually
Yeah.
helping you with it. So, but
Yeah.
I'm going to do some cards on this one as well because this is great.
Just a comment from Kathleen B too, saying I'm terrified of snakes.
Yeah, and
So yes, I
yeah,
feel your pain.
honestly, Zan. But do you know, I never have snake dreams and I adore them. So, I mean, the spirit is going to show us what it is that we're going to remember. And it's often through
to
our
wake us up.
subconscious fear. So, yeah.
You can always, when you wake up, and this is generally what I do when I have a snake dream, is I say, angels, please stop doing the snake dreams, show me in another way. And they generally do then stop the snake dreams, so that when I go back to sleep, it doesn't continue. They'll then show me in a different way, and then I can use the 2 dreams together to get my message.
Beautiful. That's
So
awesome.
just a little tip.
Just
If you do not like snakes, ask your angels to show you in another way. You do not like snake dreams.
But I'd be interesting as well to know, Kathleen, if you felt any difference even within your body since the dream. Have you felt a little bit more strong in yourself, or empowered is probably the word that keeps coming to me for you, is empowered.
Yeah.
So you know, so let me just pull a couple of cards with that as well. And do you want to look up snake so that and read it? Oh.
Yes. So snakes, and this is in the dream book, Betty Bedard's The Dream Book. So as you said, the Kundalini power, life force, creative energy, Holy Spirit, healing power within. So it's the Kundalini is housed in the base of the spine and moves up the spinal column, awakening chakras and energy centers. If a snake bites you, it means energy is breaking through in that particular area of your body. For example, if a snake bites you near the heart area, it means opening of love and feelings. In the throat, it's verbalization and communication. So people often dream of snakes entering their bodies, which is the awakening of this energy. Snakes are a powerful symbol, never to be feared. Snakes represent the awakening or continuance of spiritual growth.
And that's perfect because you got the 6 of Wands, which is your victory card. So there's definitely something that's been activated for you. You got the 8 of Pentacles, Kathleen. Now, this is something's been worked on and it's fairly close to being finished, but there's still work going on. So I would meditate. I would sit and actually do a chakra meditation. So starting at the base, doing the red, then going into your navel with the orange, and then the yellow and gold into your solar plexus, and so on, green, blue, purple, and violet. Because the third card you got was Queen of Pentacles. So this is self-reflection about your reality. So as you have these dreams, how is it relating to what's going on in your world? Are you changing what you're creating for yourself? So so I think this is great to do some self-reflecting, as I just said, with the meditation as well. So and making choices, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
So wow, we've got Kathy on, Trixie Tot. Oh, Trixie Tot. You guys with your snowstorms over there, that's just crazy.
Ah.
Got out of work early due to a snowstorm. That's nice. You could be here live. We got Dennis on. That's so lovely.
Ah.
Um, that's awesome. But yeah, so Kathleen, thank you for sharing that. I think it's really interesting that people are getting activated through their dreams, but then this is going to actually play out in your real life. And help change subconscious blocks, subconscious fears, our behavioral patterns. So this is just brilliant. This is perfect. So, okay. Oh, so Lady Hawk saying, my snow will be
My
here
snow
tomorrow.
will be here tomorrow.
Yippee. Oh, yeah, we don't get snow here. So funny. All right, I'm just going to go on to the next dream that's up here as well.
Yep.
So, guys,
Yep.
if you've had any really like synchronicities that have happened for you, you know, in the time, like in the last 2 weeks, or just notice things, or if your dreams have been coming up, pop them in for us and we'll do them for you. So,
Yep.
so we will talk more about the frequencies and upgrades. I think we'll do that with the chakras and the auras. I might even look at that next week. So if people have had any experience with seeing colours and auras around people and wonder what they are, we can have a look. So this one was from Laurie on Christmas Day.
All right. So Laurie's Christmas daydream. I was being driven in a car. My ex-daughter and her husband were in the back. They had used black magic on me in real life, so now I have nothing to do with them. Okay. So we had appointments to go to, but my daughter's husband said his was the most concerning. A psychic had told me people were trying to find me.
That was in real life.
In
Yeah.
real
So
life. All right. So everything in brackets is in real life.
Yeah.
Okay. So then in the bathroom drinking beer, and I don't like beer.
Just never drunk beer.
Don't drink it. I ran a bath and was watching my eyes. By the third beer, they were obsidian black. I called out Jesus' name and apologized for drinking the beer, yet I knew this was not who I really was. Wow.
That's a big dream, right?
That is.
So, I mean, you know, if we go back to the fact that you were being driven in a car, Laurie, if you're on, can you tell us who was driving you? Because if you're not driving your own car, you're actually not in control of your own life. So that would be point number one. So, and then I just want to talk about the fact that you've excommunicated from your daughter and your son-in-law because they'd used black magic on you and her dog. She was actually talking about her beautiful dog as well that had been affected.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm just getting straight away, this is a soul contract. This is actually like a soul contract that you guys have come in to work with. What are you getting, Zan? Can you tell me what you're getting?
Yeah, I kind of get the feeling that it's almost like a psychic attack that's coming through a dream.
Yeah.
It's like they're thinking about you, perhaps even trying black magic on you again, being that it's Christmas.
True.
Whatever. This is just something to keep in mind too. When somebody tries things like that on you, it actually tells you everything about them and nothing about you. So that's actually their journey. That's not yours. And you are allowed to close that off and say, well, that's not welcome in my life. Whatever they want to do, they can do that over there if that makes them happy. But here in my frequency and my area and my energy and my life, that energy is not welcome. So you are allowed to put up that barrier.
Yeah. And the fact that they're in the back seat, it's like they're still actually in your life. I mean, we can't just completely forget that we've had got a daughter or had a daughter, no matter what's gone on. It could be really too difficult. And the other thing you can do as well, as Zan said, you don't have to take it on. You can use it though. You can use this to say, how can I become stronger? How can I clear this for me if there's anything that's going on subconsciously? So I learnt a lot through psychic attack. When I used to get a lot of psychic attacks, I was so sensitive and the people I worked with or whatever. And I would be getting all these thoughts about them. And I'm going, but I actually don't feel that way about them. But that was how they were feeling about themselves and about me. And so, and then sure enough, that person would ring me and I'd go, I'm starting to get this. So I had to piece it together that the thoughts would come first and then then the connection would be there. So that's how I learned about psychic attack. But what I did over the years was I built up, I cleared so much within me from my subconscious that I just very rarely get psychic attacks now. And if I get something, it's telepathic and I know exactly what's going on. The person that taught me the most about this was my friend Zan, that's on with us here. Can I tell the story, Zan, of what happened?
Yeah.
I think it was your birthday and I was coming to see you, and you were staying with your boyfriend, now husband at the time. And all the way I was driving there and I had your gift, and I thought you'd been out the night before. Yeah, you had. You told me you'd been out and you weren't feeling great. And I was going, oh, she's so hard on herself. What is she doing? She just doesn't look after herself. And the whole time I was going, what is this? I don't think like this about Zan. And there was this condemnation that was so negative. And I got there and I looked at her and I said to her, have you been talking negatively to yourself? And she went, yes. And I told her some of the sentences and words I was getting, and they were literally word for word. So whatever we're thinking about ourselves, people can pick up on it. And that's why sometimes our outside world reflects it back to us. It's through the thought that goes into the conscious field. And so Zan taught me so much. And so that's why when I'm having negative thoughts, I go, hang on, is this mine? Or am I picking up telepathically from someone else? And it's really good to check yourself. And that's why if we're getting negative thoughts, really check them and then just change them up, because that can often help someone else change thoughts about themselves just by us doing that. And you were really not well, and you hadn't been well physically, and then you went out and had a great time, and you were just judging yourself. And I couldn't believe how nasty my friend was being to herself.
I think everyone's been there at some point.
Oh, yeah. Hello. But
we're our own worst critic at the end of the day.
So thank you so much, because that taught me so much, to know that sometimes my negative thoughts aren't mine about me, that's someone else, and then I'm just projecting it back to them. So I feel that there's something about this that's relevant for you as well, Laurie. So just I would just watch those thoughts and actually let them go and just cut cords. So when I cut cords, I'm just going to pop this down so that where can I put that down? Hang on a minute. I'll just go to that one, so it's not so big. So when I cut cords, just go to your belly button, pop some beautiful golden yellow light through. Just imagine it, have the intention of it. And then literally you can use scissors, your fingers as scissors, or you can just imagine it being cut. That helps to clear our feeling vortex, which is where we often take on that consciousness. Okay, so that's something that helps. As Zan said before, you can put yourself in a beautiful bubble. That's really protective. Golden bubble even is really protective.
Yes.
I call in the gargoyles as well. Like, it just doesn't happen very much anymore, but I call in the gargoyles for protection, or my angels. So whatever works for you, especially if you're in this vulnerable
dragon,
place.
big
dragon.
wings.
Bring your dragon in a dragon up, and you don't have to do anything. That dragon power is so protective. So these are some things that we can all work with if we're feeling, why have I got all these negative thoughts? It can be someone else's thoughts, or something that's been projected, onto you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah. So have you got anything else to add to that, Zan?
No, other than the fact that I'm sorry that you had to go through that, because that would really suck, especially when it's your own flesh and blood. Like, all I can do is just send you love and hope that this passes for you.
And the 10 of Cups came up for you. So to me, this is telling me that, you emotionally, there is going to be something that shifts for you, because that's actually a beautiful emotional card. So, and so forgiveness is really important as well. And I feel I still feel this karmic, there was a karmic soul agreement for you guys to clear something from another lifetime in this lifetime.
And remember, forgiveness is for you, not
That's
for
right.
them.
That's right.
It's for you, so that you can be at peace within yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the beer aspect, what does alcohol do? It actually suppresses emotions.
Exactly.
And the black obsidian eyes, to me, that's going deep into the subconscious to have a look. I would meditate on this one as well and ask to get shown that aspect of you. And
Was she looking in the mirror? Is that when she
yes,
saw
she was
herself?
looking in the mirror, and then she forgot to look in the mirror when she woke up. Yep.
Yes. So the mirror is like seeing into your own soul from memory.
It is.
Is it like looking through the looking glass? I'm just trying to remember.
Yeah.
Mirror, self-meeting self, seeing the world through your own programs and attitudes. Could also mean you're being critical of others and need to look at yourself instead.
Beautiful.
So,
So go into,
yeah.
I would sit and actually ask for that aspect of you to come up, whatever that aspect of your soul is that has got this agreement or has gone through this trauma with your daughter. And then
Yeah.
you talk to it, see what the message is. And then I just bring God through and just then ask for it to be released and love it and thank it, because it's helping us grow and learn, even though it really sucks, as Zan said. So thank you for sharing that. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Good one. So, yes. Where are we up to? So, Christina's on. Hey, Christina. Yes, Happy New Year. And Barbara was saying.
Sorry, just
Yeah.
there was a comment somewhere.
Oh, from Kathleen B. From the dream.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So thanks so much. I'm feeling. So this is from the
dream.
previous dream with this. Was it the snakes?
Yeah, the 3 snakes. Yes.
3 snakes. So yes, I'm feeling
it
a lot different from that dream. And yes, I would say I feel empowered as a good word to describe it. I think we're moving house this summer, so it should be pretty interesting.
Yes, and definitely empowered. I just kept getting that word for you. So that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Really acknowledge that within yourself, Kathleen, and work with that solar plexus chakra and do cord cutting and bring beautiful golden yellow light through, or white light, whatever it is you feel. That's beautiful. That's brilliant. So see, our dreams can really have a big impact on our real life.
Yeah.
So important. So,
yeah.
Okay. Where are we up to? Let me just pop down and see what else is going on. And well, Barbara was saying this.
Yeah. So I believe I visited a parallel life the other night. So I would love to hear more about it.
Definitely.
If you want to share with us, by all means, but definitely possible. I mean,
yes. Well,
Zan, never
Zan,
say never.
Well, Zan, you're the queen of parallel worlds
I've been
in your
to
dreams.
a parallel universe where I look nothing like who I am now. Completely different. But it was still me. I was looking in a mirror at myself that was not who I see now. Somebody else. But I was living her life. Interesting though, it was with some of the same people I have now in my life, and they looked the same.
Isn't that fascinating? So,
yeah,
and it could be aspects of us that are more prominent in another lifetime at the moment that are coming through. So, I feel we're so powerful in this lifetime. This is the lifetime where we can safely activate and remember our gifts. We've been burnt at stakes, we've been, put in insane asylums, all of that stuff, but now it's actually safe. Like who would have thought you could do shows like this where you talk openly about this stuff? Like we would have been in straitjackets locked up, even like 20
we still
years
could,
ago,
but thank goodness this is just for entertainment purposes only, right?
Only. That's so funny. Oh, that's funny. So,
dear.
Interesting from Lady Hawk. Lady Hawk had the big dream about the activation of the.
Yes. So thank goodness for this show. I've learned so much. I was thinking I might need to see a shrink for all the crazy stuff going on, but now I know it's all good. Such clarity of advice. Thank you. Well, thank you, Lady Hawk. You're the one that does the work.
That's
not
it.
Us.
You had the intention, you had the dream, you had the activation. It's your gift you've mastered from another lifetime that you're now remembering. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Very
and
proud
look, we're
of
all
you.
a little crazy at the end of the day.
You have to be.
Dear.
Funny. So, okay. So let's just have a little look and see what else people have written, and then we'll go on to the other dream I've got there.
Yeah.
Okay, so Trixie Tot.
Trixie Tot. So I remember several dreams when I was a child, teenager, of worms moving in and out of my skin, of my feet, like a sewing machine. Oh, what does that mean? That's good. I don't think I've ever had a worm dream.
No,
let me just see in the book if there is worms.
Can I just intuitively what I'm getting before you even read it? So worms are something that obviously can dig through things. They can go through soil. They sort of use that as their nutrition. But but the worms, if it's your feet, like a sewing machine, maybe there's an aspect of you that wasn't grounded, or there's something that was old from another lifetime that needed to be cleared so you could be fully grounded. I don't know. That's what I'm getting. What does it say?
Yeah, so a worm is an aspect of yourself not to look at, or aspects of yourself you prefer not to look
To
at,
look,
sorry.
yeah,
Those feeding on decay or negativity, lack of awareness, lowly opinion of self. Earthworms prepare and enrich the soil. So go ahead and start your planting. Recognize your inner beauty.
there
And
you
that
go.
kind of makes sense when you think about it. Like as a child, teenager, you're figuring out who you are. You're coming into your seventh chakra. You're um, battling different hormones and emotions as you're growing up and trying to figure out life. As an adult, yet you're still not an adult, but you're not a child either. So that kind of makes sense that you would have been coming into who you were. And this dream, it appears like it was helping you ground in so that you could start solidifying more of who you were.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's because we've lived in a world with so many lies that we've been told as well. It's really hard to know what the truth is. And especially when you're going through those big changes in your physical, emotional, and mental body. So yeah, I agree. I think it was helping you to look at something. It's a great dream. I'm just going to pull a card on that one because that's really cool. Wow, King of Wands. So to me, this is a person that can take action, knows who they are, knows what they're doing. And look at the green feet. So this is again that grounding and healing through the feet. So
Yeah,
that's
nice.
helped you. I feel Trixie Tot that dream actually helped you to know who you were more. Oh my gosh, you're not going to believe it. Then you got the King of Swords. These are the masters. So the master of speaking, the master of their own mind. So I think this was a really important dream. And the fact you've remembered it all this time.
Yeah,
So yeah, so Four of Swords. So something that was hidden would slowly then become available for you to understand and know with that Four of Swords. So that's really incredible. So thank you. That's a really good dream to share. So wow. So where are we up to? Let me have a look. Okay, so Barbara's had a dream. Now Dennis has put something up. So, but I might need a bit more
yeah,
clarification. Can you read that for us?
yeah, sure. A reptilian attacked me physically at 11, 3 times in one day. It was a hit on my life. It's no longer with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
so
a little
that's
more
a
clarity
little
on
more
that one.
clarity on that. So are we talking about a reptilian energetic being? Was it a reptilian like a
Mm.
lizard, like a little lizard, like a
Yeah,
lizard or yeah, let us know, Dennis, a little bit more about that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that'd be great. Yeah. Okay, where are we up to?
Well, Barbara is clarifying her dream on the parallel lives.
Let's have a
You
look
want
and see. Oh yeah, okay, here. So this is yep.
to? Oh, there was one just above it.
Oh, oh yeah,
It
yeah.
seemed like it was me, and I was wandering around the house, looking outside and saying, "Look at her beautiful yard."
Yeah.
And then I kept going around the house and being really confused why I was in the house. At one point, I thought it was maybe a house in a town I used to live in, but it wasn't the house that I lived in that town. But then I woke up.
Okay, so it's
So, I
really
mean, if things
interesting.
felt familiar
Mhm.
but didn't, um, I mean, a house is a part of ourself as well, isn't it? So if you were, but then you were looking out at the yard saying, what a wonderful yard. So, I mean, if nothing else was really standing out as such, quite possibly being in a parallel life, just existing, looking at things.
Yeah,
We've had that where people are on different planets. I
yeah.
remember being in a dream once where I could see like 4 different planets so close, like way closer than we see the moon, and all these different colors. And it was just amazing. So it could possibly be a dream like that.
Yeah, and because the house is also the environment we're in. So yeah,
Hmm.
it could have been just showing you a whole different environment. And remember, this is a matrix. This is like a video game. It's all
Yes.
been planted, but we create it. Apparently we create it like as we look at something and have intention and focus. So
Hmm.
who knows what our subconscious can come up with to create as well, and what other parallel lives that we're connecting to. So
And if it felt familiar to you in that way, then perhaps you are living there and that's why it felt familiar.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I just want to
Very
pop up what
cool.
Lady Hawk has said as well about the worms.
Worms create pathways for roots to grow
Grow
healthy.
healthy.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I agree with that because those cards that came up, that King of Wands and then the King of Swords, I mean, they're powerful. So that was really giving you a great base to be able to go into something
Mm.
that's sort of masterful. So, okay, so where are we up to? Well,
Mm. Think
are we going back
Dennis
to
has clarified down the bottom. Sorry, it wasn't a dream. It actually happened. I could astral project and walk on the trees and kick the snow. After I couldn't. Is it normal for you guys? Where are we? Sorry, it's moving. Can you see Dennis's down the bottom?
Oh, here we go. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So it took a long time to take back my own power and remember me.
Okay. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it does sound like it was an aspect of you that was out of your body, which can happen to
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's, I mean, obviously, Dennis, you're quite sensitive to things as well. So I don't know, I feel like you've probably had an experience there. And the astral realm, if we're talking about the astral realm, depending where we go within the astral realm, there can be quite lower density beings that can actually be a bit gnarly. So it took me years to be able to get through the astral realm. I mean, now it's like you don't need to be in it at all, literally. But it's interesting, yeah. So that you could experience that. Listen to this. My voice is going.
Yeah, something's shifting for you.
But it's also, I think it's shifting something for this
For
is
Dennis.
crazy. This doesn't
Yes,
happen.
this doesn't happen.
So,
No.
Dennis, I feel this is actually shifting something for you by
Mm.
actually you expressing this and talking about this. It's like you, again, I'm getting the words empowerment. It's like you can take back your empowerment. You are safe. And that
Mhm.
astral plane, they're never as powerful as we are. And that's something we all need to know. Oh,
Yeah.
that that was interesting. Thanks, Dennis. Oh my god. I'm just gonna pull some cards on that for you as well,
Yeah,
Dennis.
yeah.
I think that's a
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
interesting one. And then experience. Let me have a look and see. Wow. Whew. Okay, see if we can get any more guidance for Dennis on that one. Mm. Yeah, Nine of Cups, and it's funny because I was just getting a little download that this is actually what your soul wanted to experience while in physical form, was still to experience that energetic aspect, like through the astral, because the Nine of Cups to me is something you've desired. So as a soul, you've gone, hey, I want to know what it feels like having a physical body, but also having being able to be in the astral plane or being able to be in that sort of other realm. So this is
Mm.
something that you wanted to experience, Ma Dennis. Oh my gosh. Two of Cups. So you actually had agreements with those beings to experience that.
Yep.
That Two of Cups is definitely a partnership, that sort of relationship with them. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. So it took a while to set up the foundation for this, but you actually ended up getting exactly what it was that you wanted. Tower moment. You had a tower moment. Oh, this is crazy. It's something really releasing here. So that tower moment, actually, I feel has maybe had left a little bit of a scar for you, in a little bit of a trauma. Okay, so I feel that if you just meditated with that and released it, because it was you wanting to experience it. So when we take
Yep.
responsibility for something, it actually takes the power away. So of it. So, and we got the
Yep.
King of Cups for you, which is the master of emotions, but there's been something hidden emotionally. So I would do a little bit of work with that one, Dennis. But thank you for sharing that. That's really
Yeah.
cool. Wow.
Well, as he's made another comment saying they just wanted my ice cream.
They
It's
just want,
very
yeah.
possible. So that could be part of your meditation. Hand over the ice cream. Leave me alone.
Chocolate chip mint. Love it.
Oh
Thank you.
dear.
Thanks for sharing that. But that was fascinating. What was actually coming up to be cleared as I was speaking
Yeah.
with you
Yeah.
for you. Yeah. With
Interesting.
our beautiful
With
Christina's had
Christine.
a dream.
So last night I had such a busy night. I had so many different dreams, one after the other. I remember little parts from a few of them. Is it normal for you guys to have so many dreams in one night too? Yes, that can happen. Sometimes when that happens for me and I get, like 100 dreams because I've tossed and turned or whatever and
Mm.
woken up in between, they end up piecing back together, or it might be a similar theme that's happened with all of them, but it's showing me in different ways so that I can figure out my own way of understanding it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't happen very often for me, but it when I'm definitely going through something big, that I need a little help or clarity on is when I'll have a busy night.
And it'd be interesting to know, Christina, did you wake up like in between them? Because that's often
Yeah.
when we remember those little aspects of them. And I was going to ask you, have you been tired lately? Because I find if
Yeah.
I'm really tired, or if I haven't, if I've eaten something that's not right or whatever, then I'll have a lot of little dreams. So I don't know if
Mhm.
you've been tired or not. So, and you could
Yeah.
be releasing, especially having a bubba, it's a lot of work when you've got a baby at home.
She probably is
So
very tired.
yeah. So you've got the King of Pentacles. So to me, that's saying that you're actually really well in control of your environment. So you've mastered that. So if you're a little bit tired, then that can happen more so. So um
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's so yeah, very normal. Oh, so and Trixie Tot, there you go. So it just depends on the person. So
Yeah.
So
Yep. Depends on
Christina,
what you're
that happens
going
a lot
through.
to me. Yeah. So and everyone's different. We can go through phases, and like we've talked about before, it depends. Sometimes the full moon energy can activate more dreams.
Yeah.
Sometimes what we've drunk, what time we've gone to sleep, when we've eaten, as you know, Ayurvedically, all of
Mhm.
that can actually affect our dreams as well. So
Absolutely.
yeah. Okay.
Kathleen B has made a comment about parallel lives. Sounds like it's a movie, which I know nothing about, which is unusual that I don't know about this one.
So everything,
So
yeah, all
everything
at once.
everywhere.
Yeah.
I haven't. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have. And everyone's loved this movie, but because I already understood the concept, I actually was really bored with it. I was sitting there
Oh,
going,
okay.
"Oh, is anything going to happen? Oh, no, yeah, I know that. That's okay. Oh, no, no." But I guess they did it so difficult in a movie to bring that whole concept of omnipotence and omnipresence to into a movie. So I think, that was really clever how they built that up and did it. But yeah, if you
Okay.
haven't seen it, guys,
No,
look, it's
I
worth
haven't.
watching. Yeah, worth watching, Zan. That'll be our movie for today.
I was
Thanks
just trying to
for
see where I could see it, but
I think, is it on Netflix? I think it's on Netflix, maybe.
it's not coming up
Oh,
here that it's on Netflix, but I'll have a
okay.
look on there
Have a
later.
look. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yep.
like,
Parallel
yes.
lives.
But no, it was really weird because I went, yeah, they've done quite a good job of explaining what that is. But because I've experienced that, because I actually did toe medicine, and oh my god, that's exactly what I experienced. It was massive. So yeah, yeah.
Uh, is it a bit
um
like Sliders or different?
what have I
You know how
watched Sliders?
Sliders, they go from, like, one universe to another universe that's all
Oh,
happening at the same time?
I think the way they've depicted this is different, so it's worth
Okay.
watching it just for the way they've
Yeah, yeah.
depicted it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
but it's
cool.
great. Thanks, Kathleen. It's a really good,
Thank
and
you.
and
Yep,
it is a good movie, I guess. Yeah, if you want to see how they've put that together. Yeah.
yep.
So
Just because 'cause we're running out of time, we might
yeah,
just, go through, Lady Hawk's question there, which is, what's the difference between lucid dreaming and the astral realm?
okay. So to me, lucid dreaming, it doesn't have to be in the astral realm. It can be in higher conscious. Like I've been lucid dreaming since I was a child. I could fly. I just knew, but I didn't know that's what it was called. And then, so when I moved to Sydney, I remember thinking, I really want to know how to lucid dream. And within 2 nights, I was lucid dreaming, like flying, and could touch the clouds, feel the clouds, actually physically feel things. It's different for
Mm,
everyone, but to me, lucid dreaming is I'm in control of my dream. I know
yeah.
what I'm doing. I know where I am. Like I flew back to Perth from to Western Australia from New South Wales, which is like a 6-hour plane flight. And I was talking with my cat because I'd left him there, and I knew it was raining there, and I went, oh, I better go back. And so I flew back, and it was when I was coming into land, I was going, oh my god, I can't remember, because seeing it from that sky view, from an eagle's view,
Mm,
I couldn't remember where my house was. I went, how am I, and I panicked going, how am I going to get back into my body? These are the sorts of conscious thoughts I was having
Yeah.
when I was lucid dreaming. Woke up
Mm.
and I was in my body. I went, phew. But astral realm to me is fourth dimensional, but it goes from lower astral, where there's a much more dense energy, where we can get tricksters and beings that are, more, what's the word, astral, like emotional astral energy that's also been left from situations that have happened that have been traumatic, or from people that have, had some sort of displacement, through to other beings, and it can go up. So the astral realm can be from here all the way through to here. And and Dan, do you want to add to that? Is there anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, no, I kind of had the feeling, for me, lucid dreaming is where you are in control and
Yeah,
you're sort of saying what's happening when, and you know what's going to happen when. It's sort of like you're telling the story. Whereas the astral realm is where you're somewhere else that parallelly exists.
yeah.
So it's,
It's
yeah,
like another realm, but it's within our realm at the same time, and that's
yeah.
why you have this
It's
differentiation
a
within it.
place that exists as opposed to lucid dreaming where you're choosing where you go.
Yeah, within the consciousness. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, this is a huge subject. So, but that's a rough, that's a fairly, out there, just a little
Yeah.
bit of a snippet, but it's a great question. So thank you.
Yeah.
And then where are we up to? I don't even know the time. So,
Yeah, we're right on time there.
okay.
So
So,
Christina is
oh yeah, Christina.
um
It's
I
gone to,
don't remember waking up in between the
no,
dreams.
okay.
But yes, feel a bit more
Mm.
tired than usual. Busy nights. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're
So
clearing things because you haven't had
yeah,
time during the day to reflect because you're busy and tired. Then it's
yeah,
probably clearing it for you.
yeah.
So should we get Trixie Tots asked for Jasper to come in? Hey, I didn't even get to say hello from Jasper. I'm so naughty. So
And Dennis
um
is also asking, does Jasper dream? So
dream. So
maybe, yeah.
yeah. I think we've asked that before, and I remember what Jasper said to me was he doesn't need to dream because he is the dream.
Yeah,
He can
right.
be in any
Yeah,
consciousness.
yeah,
So yeah. Um, but he's laughing and he's saying, if you want to dream, dream big. So then that's funny because that's what we started the show with, was have intentions and create
yeah,
dreams for yourself in this
yeah.
reality. So let's have a little tune into Jasper for 2024. Jasper. Oh my goodness. Okay, so he's being funny, but he's showing me coming up through the earth, pushing up daisies, but into a new world, into a whole new light, into a whole new place of seeing. So it's been hard work. It's like we've been really struggling and pushing through, but thank you. It's like a death and rebirth. So this is what's happening in 2024 is a death, pushing up the daisies. It's his sense of humor,
There
and
you
then
go.
coming through into more light. So
Yeah,
and then experiencing that light through everything, our physicality,
yeah.
our senses, and all I
Creating a
can see is
new,
just this beautiful light that we've not really been fully immersed in before. And he's going, yeah. So there's a death rebirth that's happening. So don't be
beautiful.
surprised if you do go through some initiations and some changes.
Yeah,
Just know it's leading us through into this new frequency.
yeah.
So yeah. So there you go. Thanks, Jazzy. Wow. Oh gosh, that went so
Thank you.
fast
It
today.
did, didn't it? Thank you,
Oh, and
everybody, for joining us today and giving us your dreams or your messages and being a part of the show. We do really appreciate it. So thank
so
you.
beautiful. I know. I just want to make sure I did do the last dream.
If we
No, I
have
didn't do
missed,
Niobe's dream. It was on dragons, and of course, this is the year of the dragon. But I might bring them up, Niobe, next week if that's okay. I'm
yeah,
so sorry. We just ran out of time, but
sorry
I
about
think
that.
it'd be good. But also, too, I think it'd be great to talk about the year of the dragon because I'm a water dragon, and it's my year.
There you
So
go.
yeah,
There
so
you
that's
go.
beautiful. All right, guys. Well, thank you so, so much. And we will see you tomorrow with Elisa at 10 o'clock my time, which is 7 p.m. you guys' time. So love you all.
Lovely. See you
Bye.
then. Bye.